This isn't the end of your life. It's more like a pause, and soon there's a start. You're back on your feet.
All right.
In no time.
Welcome to a new episode of I Hope You're Well, episode 4. Motivation. This one is about motivation. And the funny thing is, I've actually recorded this yesterday. There were like issues with audio and video, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll record it again. I'll do it again, whatever. So, welcome back again for episode 4. Yeah, I'm a bit pissed about yesterday. I recorded the whole thing and nope, it was like, nope, you know what, fuck you. So yeah, but whatever, let's move on and talk about first of all, the very first thing we always talk about in this show. How has my week been? So let's get into this. Why is this? Okay, I don't know why this is doing this. There you go. So, how has my week been? Pretty boring, to be honest. Today is Thursday, right? Yeah, Thursday. Yeah, today's Thursday, and basically ever since last episode, it's been pretty boring, to be honest. Not much has happened. I did sign up to a new card, a new bank account card, which has been pretty good. I'm happy I did that, and the sun just went away, so I can't see shit anymore. Nice. Let me change that real fast. There you go. So yeah, I have actually, that's one more thing done. That's one more step done towards better things. So that's good. I've been looking for a job and whatnot as well, but it's been boring pretty much. Up until I joined the server a couple days ago, where I've met a couple people and I've been able to socialize, make new friends, talk about stuff and socialize. And it's always super fun to do this. It's always fun to meet people and talk about stuff. So I'm pretty happy about this. But yeah, I've been just chilling. I've been just chilling basically. And I am in real time changing the exposure of my shot. But yeah, it's been pretty boring until I met a couple of people in the server, and it's been pretty fun since then. But yeah, like, it's always very I'm on the sun now. There you go. It's always very, very boring. I don't do a lot. I don't do very much in my life at the moment. But yeah, it's that's just how it is. So let's get into the first subject, the actual only subject of today's discussion, today's show. So I don't know why it keeps saying something about like an error on Windows, but whatever. Motivation. So today is about motivation, and it's something I want to talk about for a long time now, because we all struggle with motivation. We all have our phase where we're not motivated and we struggle with it and everything, and we just do our best, right? But it's never enough. So I wanted to talk about that and a couple of things I've seen as well on the internet, which I found are funny, actually funny, but also kind of weird. So yeah, let's get into this. First thing, I've seen people recently. I'm gonna do automatic. There you go, brightness thing, because it's not actually, no, I'm not gonna do. I've seen people recently trying to justify being unmotivated in a way of but you should be motivated at all times, and if you're unmotivated, you're just a loser. Trying to justify it like this, like, oh, you're a loser if you're unjustified, if you're unmotivated. Nice, I just said they put it too much, but it's obviously not the case. That's not how it works. You can be unmotivated and motivated at the same time. That's like, I mean, not at the same time, but like one day be motivated. The next day, be like fucking nothing happens, and you're not a loser for that. You're a normal person. That's how, like, you're just a normal person for that. And people don't get that. Or they do, but they act as if it's like, oh, you have to always be on top of your game, but you cannot always be on top of your game. You can't. So that's like the main thing that I've seen recently on social media. And also, I've been watching. I mean, you all know about like the whole alpha and sigma males and fucking like beta and like broccoli male, fucking Naruto Goku males. Yeah, that kind of shit too. Like I see a lot of people saying like, oh, like on these people channels, like, oh, you are my mentor. Like you're the father figure I never had, and everyone's saying alpha and sigma and whatnot is fake. You're just hating. And it's like, no, you know, I get that it's all a mindset thing. I get that alpha and sigma are all a mindset thing, but there isn't like there's no alpha and beta and sigma males. Like like people say you're born beta, everyone is, but like there's no such thing, you know. Like you're trying to live your life as by categorizing people, and you're basically like that whole thing is a scheme to capitalize on people. Because if you don't have any motivation and you need guidance, you are going to look around to other people, right? Like your friends, family, or if you're a bit more lonely, you may go on the internet and you may fall to one of them people's trap, like their trap of like alpha and sigma, and they try to sell you their products and you fall for it and you buy it because you feel like, oh, that's how I'm gonna get motivated, right? But it's not, and they just prey on you. They just prey on you basically. Like they're trying to prey on you to get money off of you, and they do, unfortunately, on some people. And like that's all I wanted to really say about this. Just do not fall for alpha and sigma and all this shit. It's alright to have guidance, have someone guide you, right, monitor you, everything through like hard time or like to like a goal and whatnot. But don't try to categorize yourself or your friends or anything, because you're just gonna end up being like, oh, I'm better than you or I'm worse than you, to other people. And because you feel like, oh, I'm this and they're here, so I'm better than them because I'm here, when that's not how it works, and you will just fall victim to these people's schemes to sell you stuff, and take advantage of you. So stay careful, please be careful about this. Do not fall to alpha sigma stuff. It is not real. It's not a thing. Like, no, just be careful. So that's one part of the motivation thing. People trying to capitalize on motivation by telling you need to be alpha and grind and whatnot. They try to offer you fake motivation. Next, I want to show you something that I think is very toxic when it comes to motivation and people trying to preach motivation. Let's get into this. There you go. So let's go into Instagram, right? Just Instagram. All right. So look at this shit, right? All you have to do is press it, like just look for motivation. See how many there are? So many. Let's look into quotes, mindset, motivation. I'm back in the sun again. See, that's why I cannot wait to get actual light, so I don't have to keep changing the ISO, the exposure, because of like the natural light. But yeah. Oh, this is the one we took a look at yesterday, when it crashed, when it didn't record basically. So let's listen to this one. $106 in
the bank, and like I said, I had to sell my dog, and things were not looking very, very good. My $40 car had just blown up, so I was taking a bus to work. I had no film history, no real film knowledge. I was just working from, I guess, instinct. So often I had gone to fight films or sporting films. Yes, we're going to go out there, we're going to knock him out, you're going to win. I said, no, I'm not going to win. I'm going to get destroyed. If I can be lucid, if I can still be standing on my feet, you know what? Then life isn't so bad. At the very end of our lives, if we can still say, we were never humbled. We were knocked down, but we got up. And I can say, I lived life with integrity, and I took all the blows. I still prevailed. To really succeed, no man really is an island. When you find the right components in your life, the right people that gel with you, then you feel as though you're invincible.
All right, so I want to talk about this one because yesterday I spoke about this one yesterday, and yeah, so the video itself is not toxic. The video itself, right, of Sylvester Stallone, it's a good video. It's a good motivational video. It's actually all right. But why I don't like this post specifically is because look at this. He said, oh yeah, you had like I had like nothing in my bank account, everything. I work from instinct, and you know, at the end of our lives, if we can say we prevailed, you know, we got knocked down, we got back up, we prevailed, you know, that's great, you know. Basically, I was saying mostly about like getting knocked down and, you know, getting back up on life and prevailing, right? And the one thing from all this motivational thing they took like away from is I only had $106 in the bank. I had to sell my dog. All of it, it was all, oh, I had to sell my dog, you know. And I get why, because at first you're like, oh, you have to sell your dog, wow. But it's just like, it's not the main thing, right? They only took that for shock value and because of money. They didn't say like, oh, if you got knocked down, you get back up. No, it's just money, like 106, like because there's money on it. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna go through all of these fucking things. Like, just look at one. Like, a nice pair of friendship is not beef. Like, well, okay, like it doesn't mean anything. Take time to do what makes you happy. That's surface level shit. Surface level, absolutely surface level shit. And that's only one of these pages which, like, do one thing every day that scares you. Like, see what I mean? It's like, it's all surface level shit that people, you can find on like Facebook or like on Twitter. If you scroll on Twitter, you go on like MCYT Twitter. People are trying to be like very very motivational to you, and they say like, oh, you should always be the best version of yourself. You should always love yourself. You know what I mean? Like, you can find this shit on fucking Facebook moms profiles. It's not actual advice. It's just like fucking. It's not even motivating. It's just fucking basic ass advice. Not even about basic ass things you can say. Can you imagine you go to a fucking therapist and your therapist is like, do one thing that scares you every day, and you're just like, what? I will just not. I will just. That would be my origin story if it's my therapist I went to did that to, literally. Let's get into another one. Like, let's get into one that's not French, possibly. 6 a.m. success. 6 a.m. success. There you go. That's the shit I'm talking about. This kind of shit. Pay attention to who you're with when you feel that you're best. It's like, just pick your friends right, basically. You know, that's like, yeah, it's all surface level shit. If you feel like you're losing everything, remember that trees lose their leaves every year and they still stand tall and what for the days to come. It's like, fuck off. I fucking hate this shit. It's like, oh, if you feel bad, remember that fucking I don't fucking know, like cats sleep every day and they still live a good life. Or, oh, and if you feel bad, remember that it takes 9 months for your sperm to fucking become a baby, and that baby will become a human being, and a human being will become John F. President. Like, and he will be shot in the 1970s. I forgot what it got shot, whatever. Like, it's surface level shit. You know, it's fucking surface level shit. It's like, it doesn't mean anything. It don't mean anything. And it's like, you could say that shit about anything. You could like take, oh, look at this jacket I have here. It takes around. Can I see it? Okay, like I can try. I can actually. I can. Look at this jacket here. Wow, and my cap fell off. It took days or maybe weeks to make it in my come on, and it The people that made it actually had to go through days of making it, and look at it now, it's great and red, and it's standing tall as like a good piece of fabric. You know what I mean? I can do it for everything. You can take anything and make a fucking motivational post about it, you know? And it's like, come on, you know? It's like, it's all, I get it, it's alright if it's just basic. If you're trying to just like not motivate people, but just be like, you've done good, I get that's alright. It isn't hurting anyone. All of this isn't hurting anyone, but it's just very surface level shit. And I don't like it personally. But yeah, it's all pretty basic, and I'm just like, come on, you know? Like, these people have 2 million followers, 2 million, by posting like quotes they found on like Google, like motivational quotes, motivational quotes. See, and now you go on the very first website and look at this shit. There, see? All of them, all here. They're so easy to access, all of them. And they make like, they go on Photoshop, they put like, they press T, text, they use the font they want, they put like a background, a picture in the background of the person who said it or whatever, and like file, export, save as PNG, Instagram, post. It's like, it's not super inspirational, you know? It's not actual good advice, I would say. Because I will personally, right now, get into what I think. Yeah, I'm gonna get into a bit of what I feel like you should do if you want motivation. And at the end of the video, during the advice segment, I'll get into one way I would like you to try and get motivation if you need motivation. So, then Taylor, what do you think you should do for motivation? What do you think should be a good way to get motivated if you don't feel like these quotes are doing anything? Good question. I feel like, personally, if you want motivation, and I still want it, for example, even I need motivation, right? You should personally look at yourself, right? Just yourself, and look at your goals and set steps into what you want to be motivated for. And I'll get into like the actual method I would like you to try at the end in your advice segment. But basically the whole thing, like the main thing is, it's easier to look online, like see these quotes and not do anything, right? Because you just see these quotes, you're like, oh yeah, it's motivating, but you don't end up doing anything because it's just a quote, right? But if you actually like get up, right, even out of bed, I know it's hard to get out of bed, but like if you even have people around you, for example, that you can go to and that you know you look forward to speaking to, like send them a message, you know, like just try to, in the morning, if you have someone you really love speaking to every day, make speaking to that person, sending a text to that person, a goal, one of your goals, right? Make it one of your goals, and that's already motivating because you're like, oh, my motivation today is to talk to this person, right? And it seems dumb, but it can be a goal. Anything can be a goal. Let's say you want to be motivated to like get better yourself, like physically better. Let's say maybe you like to go to the gym or something, and you keep seeing these like quotes on Facebook or Instagram about like motivation, like for body motivating, but it's not doing anything for you because it's just quotes, right? Think to yourself, you know, I like going to the gym, but I'm not motivated to go there, right? I'm not motivated. Then, yeah, there's multiple ways you can do this. If you have a friend, only if you have a friend, so like it's not for everyone, but if you have a friend you can go to, try to think of, oh, what can I do to try to make the next session, my friend, for example, better or more enjoyable. Let's say you can go, you could go, say, you could think to yourself, oh, I could go to the gym, or I could think right now of things I could do at the gym, right? Like I could think of like a certain set that would be nice to do with my friend, like a certain, I don't know, like a certain exercise, sorry, or set, like once again, or like a set of different exercises, or you know, multiple things, like a chain of like event or stuff you can do at the gym, right? That would make it fun with you and your friends, and you could actually, you know, look forward to going to the gym then, because if you just say, oh, I want to go to the gym because I want to go to the gym, and you have nothing to look forward to, then yeah, it's harder to get motivated. But if you tell yourself, I want to go to the gym because I want to do this specific thing, like I want to do my leg, I want to like work on my thighs, I want to work on my glutes. Oh, today I want to work on like my physical, my arms, like my tricep, whatever, my biceps, anything. Or I want to do some cardio, whatnot, anything, small thing, and it doesn't have to be a lot of things. All right, don't think you have to do a lot. It can be one thing, one small thing, or just my bicep for like half an hour. Do it, and like I mean, not do it like, but set that this thing as your goal, right? So this is your small goal that you're excited to go to the gym for, and while you're there, most likely, most of the time, you'll be happy that you'll be there, and you'll do more than you just actually wanted to go there for, right? Because you're already there and you're feeling good that you're doing whatever you're doing, and you'll end up doing more than you actually wanted to do, and you'll feel good. And all because you set that one small goal as your first goal that you are excited for, motivation should come at least in very small bite-sized pieces of really just small pieces where you just set a small goal and more comes with that goal. People really like to look at motivation in a way of, oh, it's I need to look at this whole thing and get the motivation to do this thing. No, I personally think the thing you want to do should be the motivation to do it, right? Like right now I'm making a video, and my motivation wasn't, oh, I need motivation to make the video. It was, I want to make a video, and because I want to make it, I'm motivated. Like, that's the motivation. The video itself is the motivation to do it, to post it online and everything, to share it with the world online on YouTube. This is the motivation itself. And I know it's not for everyone, obviously. It's not that easy, but that's how I do it personally. I think of the objective or the thing I want to do that I need motivation for as the motivation for it, or maybe the result of it. Like posting a video online is also the motivation for it, or for creating it. But I think that's the main thing for people. I think that's the main issue with people. People like to put motivation first before doing the thing they want to do, right? They like to put motivation first and be like, I need to be motivated to do this. When I personally think, if you switch your mindset and you think, oh, no, I need that thing to be my motivation, or the results to be my motivation, not motivation to do it. It's switching everything, because then you're not thinking of yourself as, oh, I don't have the motivation to do this. It's mostly like, oh, I could do this, or I could do this, or I will do this, or I maybe want to do this. But if you don't do it, it won't be because you don't have motivation. It will be because, anything else. Or at least that's how, you should get to the point, I feel like, as, and look at, is it motivation? Because if you can set yourself in this mindset, motivation isn't the thing that's blocking you from doing something, and you can look at, oh, is it something else? Like, what is it around me that's blocking me? Maybe health, or like family, or like your environment, anything. Like everything else becomes the issue. And motivation isn't just blocking your vision of what is the issue. You can actually have a look around and see what is the issue. You're not doing something. But yeah, basically, just to cut short, motivation should come after the thing that you want to do. It should be the result. The result, or the thing itself should be the motivation, and not motivation to do the things or to get the results. And that's my main advice, basically. So yeah, let's get into the advice segment, because I'm done talking about motivation now. That was what I wanted to talk about, basically. And I think I've done a pretty good job of explaining my point of view and how I feel like you should try to do things. So let's get into the advice segment. So the advice segment, here's one exercise. Sorry, I keep saying exercise. That one exercise I want you to do, or at least try to do. I want you to think of one thing you want to do, right? And think of that one thing as like your goal, right? It can be anything, as I said before, anything. take one thing, make it into like yourself in your mind as like, oh, that's my main goal, that small thing I want to do, that's like the center of everything. And I want you to look around that goal. Look around, do I have any ways of making that easier? For example, I would say, let's say you want to, for example, make art, right? Think of it as, I want you to think of it as, can I maybe ask someone around me that's an artist how they do it? But not just oh, how do you do it? Because that's very basic. That's not something you want to ask someone. But ask them like, how, like, what is the thing that, like, the things that go with making art, like what gets them into making it, the thing around art. Because it's very easy to think of art as, like, for example, art, yeah, that's my one example, as, oh, just you make something, you get up and you draw something and it goes out to the world, right? It's very easy to think this. But if you have someone you can talk to, that can tell you how they do it, with like, oh, so you need to do this. For example, they get up in the morning and I need the thing around it, basically, right? You need like, oh, a breakfast. I need to get like breakfast first so I can feel more motivated. Artists, I can have the energy to for them in the morning. Oh, then I need to do this. For example, I go watch a YouTube video to get myself in the mood. Oh, and when I'm drawing, before I start drawing, I put a YouTube video in the background with no sound, or very low sound, or maybe full sound. It doesn't matter. Like, yeah, in the background that I can watch on my second monitor, on my phone, that I can prop up on my my monitor while I can watch while I'm drawing, or I can have those like in a, like, I don't know, that one art piece I like to use as a reference or inspiration. And you know, it's all these things, right? It can even be like something as small as, oh, I like to send a message to someone first and ask them how they're doing and speak to my friends first. Basically, ask them what is the setup they use for everything. How do they set themselves up for actually making art, for example? And it could be anything, right? It could be anything. It could be like going to the gym, like I've said, like ask someone how they do it, what they do before going to the gym, how they set themselves up ready for the gym, right? From like when they wake up, or making videos on YouTube, or anything in life, right? Just ask someone, if you can, to like, what is their setup? How do they set themselves up for the thing they want to do? And if you don't have anyone to ask, I want you to actually think of yourself, right? Yourself. What do you do to set yourself up? You set yourself up. What when you do achieve the thing you want to achieve? What do you do to achieve it? I want you to break down what you do when you do something. Let's say you make an art piece, you go to the gym, anything. I want you to look back on the day that you did that thing, or the hour surrounding that thing, and what you've done to actually get yourself more motivated to do that thing. So you can actually analyze and see what works for you to get you set up into a mindset that's better for motivating yourself. And because, for example, how I do things is, if I make food or I clean things, or I organize my PC, for example, I will be way more ready to make a video, because all I need to do is get motivated by going like, I need to not get motivated, but like, set myself up as already in a working mindset. By today, for example, I organized my phone and my PC, my files on my PC. So I was my PC ready like this, already doing stuff, and was like, hey, you know, I'm in mindset right now. I'm doing something. I'm working. I'm doing something. So I'm gonna I'll record a video like right here. So that's how I do it, right? Or sometimes I have to eat first, right? Or not eat first, because if it's like more in the evening, if I eat first, I won't have the energy to make video because I'm gonna be hurting my tummy, right? Yeah, break everything down and see how is it working, basically. So yeah, come on. Thank you for watching. This is the outro now. I hope this video was very helpful to anyone. I'm sorry for the light that keeps changing. I don't have any lights. I'm using the sun. That's my light source. So yeah, I could block it entirely like this, but it's not gonna do much. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you take care of yourselves, and be sure to absolutely, like, always, and always, I mean that always, at all times, take care of yourself. All right, always take care of yourself, mentally, physically if you need to, but take care of yourself mentally. That's the most important thing. And yeah, if you need to reach out to me rather. Discord, Twitter, I'm always there. So yeah, I'm always available too for a DM or two. And yeah, be sure to comment what you thought of the video if you like it, or comment what you use to get motivation, how you do it, what is your motivating factor or thing. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe, leave a like. I'm gonna go eat something. I'm starving right now. All right, see ya, take care of yourselves.